everybody, I'm Dana Larson. I'm a career and internship advisor, and I work with the Department of Career Planning and Development. So every major has a career and internship advisor. I work at Coles College of Business. I think Joanna is y'all's. So y'all probably, if you have not met with your career and internship advisor, really good resource. I'll kind of dive into some of our services in a few minutes. But that is who I am and what I'm here with today. I'm going to talk about professionalism and some professional etiquette and how to really put your best foot forward, first impressions, and really make the most out of your time here at KSU. So a little bit about me. My name's Dana Larson. As I said, I'm a career and internship advisor with the Coles College of Business. I focus mainly with our marketing majors, professional sales, cybersecurity, information systems, and information security and assurance. That being said, we all kind of work together with the Coles College of Business and help each other out. So if you're a business major, you can schedule an appointment with me. I'm located in Kennesaw Hall, but really all of our career and internship advisors, we have some on KSU, our Kennesaw campus and Marietta campus as well. Most of them are located in the ALC right across the green. So we're going to talk about first impressions, interviews, following up with these interviews, your digital and email etiquette, social media, and then some resources on how you can kind of make the most out of your time here at KSU, including our department. So Department of Career Planning and Development, what we're here to do is we're here to help you explore, prepare, and connect. The exploring side, we have a whole side of our department, career exploration. So if you're an undecided major and you don't know, do I want to do accounting? Do I want to do nursing? Do I want to do criminal justice? We have a team that can help you out with that. They'll kind of look at your personality traits, what you like about each thing, what you want to do, what your goals are, and help you kind of align. It is so common to change majors while you're in college. I know I did. One of my best friends went from being a nursing major to an interior design major, so it's completely normal to jump around to figure out what suits you best in your needs and your goals. That being said, as a career and internship advisor for Coles, I deal with a lot of students like a marketing major who wants to do marketing, but they don't know what they can do with marketing. So do they want to go into content creation? Do they want to go into the data analytics side? So that is some of our exploring options that we do. We really want to help you focus on your career, what you want to do, what you want your major to be. So that way you make the most of your time and you're not swapping around majors as much. Preparing, that's a huge portion of my job as well. We want to help you prepare for career fairs, prepare for the real world when you are graduating at KSU. We want to help you graduate with an internship under your belt and with a job lined up. So that being said, when we're preparing you for this, we're helping you with your resume, we're helping you with your cover letter, we're helping you prepare your LinkedIn, your handshake, we're helping you prepare for interviews. These are all important things about your professionalism and your etiquette that we want to prepare you with so you are successful outside of KSU and while you're at KSU as well. And then connecting, we put on a lot of career and internship fairs here at KSU. So we're bringing in employers from all different majors. We do STEM fairs, all major fairs, education, accounting, government. So we're really being inclusive to all majors, bringing employers onto campus so you can have the opportunity to meet with them, to connect with them, to network, to get opportunities right there in front of you that you don't even have to leave campus. That being said, we also want to help you learn to network with these employers, learning to connect with them on LinkedIn, learning to connect with your professors, your classmates, people in this classroom, staff, anybody like that you never know who has an opportunity that could be beneficial to you. So these are some of our services. As I touched on most of these already, resumes and cover letter reviews, interview coaching and preparation. We have mock interviews. You want to schedule a 1-hour appointment with us, we can do mock interviews, help you get prepared for your first interview, or maybe it's your 5th interview and you just don't know what's going on or what questions to expect, how to answer questions. Everything interview related we can help you with. Internship advising, if you have an internship and you want academic credit for it, that's what we do. We want to help you get an internship and get academic credit for it if your major allows you to do so. Workshops, we also do a lot of workshops on campus. Everything varying from resume, LinkedIn, career fair prep panels, federal resume workshops. We do it all professionalism related. So definitely check out Handshake for those events. We are kind of coming to the end of that season since the school year is coming to a close, but definitely check out that next semester. And then general career questions and advising, career exploration, career and internships fairs, and then online job posting. Everybody has a Handshake. Highly encourage you to look on it, have an updated profile. I'll touch on this a little bit later, but we do encourage employers to utilize Handshake to put jobs on the Handshake account directly for you guys students to use. So definitely take advantage of that. They are looking for KSU specific students. It's all on Handshake. It's easy to apply. You can put your resume on there. It's a great resource that we really try to offer for everybody here. So what is professionalism? I'm here to talk to you about professionalism today. So let's kind of get a little bit of background information about what it is. Professionalism is a way of thinking, behaving, and appearing that demonstrates commitment to excellence in all aspects of one's work. So whether that's the classroom, or whether that's an interview or a career fair, or maybe you're just going to meet a recruiter at the coffee shop, this is all professionalism. It's going to show respect, competence, and appropriate behavior in a professional setting. I know you're probably thinking, okay, the classroom, like I can go in my leggings, I can go in my t-shirt, my baggy pants, whatever you're going in, it's okay every once in a while, but when you're going the first time, you want to have that first impression that we're going to set up. So your first impression is given in the first few seconds that you walk into a door. 55% of that is the way you walk through that door, the way you're dressing, the way you're acting. Are you making eye contact? Are you looking on your phone? Are you distracted? Are you dressed in your gym clothes? Are you yelling, screaming, being quiet? All that kind of goes into play when you're walking in, making that first impression. The quality of your voice, your grammar, your confidence. Are you nervous? Completely nervous, completely normal to be nervous. But how are you doing? What are you doing with that nervousness? Are you making eye contact? Is your voice squeaking? Is it being loud? Is it being calm? Your grammar, being grammatically correct is going to be a huge one. And then the words you choose to say. As you can see, the words you choose to say are only 7% of your first impression. So that first impression, for the most part, has been made as soon as you walk through that door. So what you're saying, it does play a part into it, but your appearance is going to play much more of a bigger part than what's coming out of your mouth. So first impressions, what we want to focus on. You want to have a well-groomed appearance. You don't want to have your hair in your face, you know. You want your clothing to be neat, clean, and ironed, especially when you're going into these interviews or going into these career fairs. You don't want to come straight from class in your sweatpants. I know it's comfy, but it's not the best first impression to leave. Cologne and other scented products. Imagine being in a room this size with 100 people and everybody has 10 squirts of cologne or perfume on. It's a lot. It's overwhelming. It can give headaches. So less is more in that mindset. Same with jewelry or tattoos or piercings. If you want to wear jewelry, great. I love that. I love jewelry. Show your personality, give a little bit of yourself to it, but less is more in that meaning as well. Gum and candy. It's distracting. No one wants to hear you chewing your gum, blowing bubbles. They don't want to hear you crunching on your peppermint. So when you are in these professional settings, just save it until you leave the room. So we're going to talk about dressing. I know I talked about being well-dressed and well-groomed. So business professional is how you want to come to an interview for the most part, depending on the field you're going into. You want to have your hair groomed away from your face. You don't necessarily have to have it up in a ponytail or bun, but you don't want it hanging in your face either to where you're pulling it back and distracting yourself from the interview. No baseball hats. If you have religious headwear, by all means, go ahead and wear that. But no baseball hats, no fedoras, no beanies, anything of that nature you don't want to have in your interview. Men, it's really nice to have a nice coordinated suit and jacket set with a nice bow tie or collar, dress shoes, matching socks. I know the socks, people are probably like, you're probably not looking at the socks, but when you go to sit down and your pants rise up a little bit, they're going to see your socks. So just make sure you're not in your old dirty gym socks. They don't have to be fancy, but a plain pair of black socks really looks nice. Ladies, same thing. If you want to have a nice suit and pants set is great with a blouse. You can wear a skirt or a dress, just keep it below your finger, knee length or longer. Shoes, flats or heels. I know you may love a good heel, but if you cannot walk in it, don't wear it. You don't want to be uncomfortable. You don't want to be waddling around the career fair floor. You don't want to be getting blisters. So test those shoes out before and make sure that they're comfortable enough for you to talk and feel confident in and not be feeling like you're going to fall over. Taking it down one notch is going to be that business casual. This is what a lot of people at KSU are going to be wearing. A lot of the staff wear, like for me, for instance, this is not business professional. This is more of a casual. My hair is groomed. It's not super my face. It's down. No religious headwear, no hats. You can wear a headband, but less is more. Blazer, sports coat or cardigan. You can wear a nice blouse, a sweater if it's cold outside. Men, you can even dress it down to a polo with slacks. Make sure you're wearing a belt as well. Dress shoes, Same thing, heels or flats. You can also wear sandals. So at least you know, if it's summertime, you can wear a sandal. Not a flip-flop, a sandal. And then you can wear clean sneakers or boots as well. These are things that I highly recommend you not wear in any professionalism area. No baseball hats, no beanies, no midriffs or graphic tee, no hoodie or sweatshirt. I know they're comfortable, but you don't want to look like you're just coming from the gym. No jeans with holes in them, no leggings, Crocs, flip-flops, anything of that nature. There's a time and a place for that, and that is not in the workplace or an interview room or a career fair floor. You want to leave that good first impression. Building your professional wardrobe. Has anyone heard of Owl Swap? Okay. If you've come to one of our career fairs, have y'all been to the career fairs before? Is that where you saw Owl Swap? Okay, awesome. Okay. So if you've been to one of our career fairs, we do always have Owl Swap there just in case you show up in between classes and you are not prepared. We have Owl Swap there to help you. Owl Swap is on both Kennesaw campus and the Willingham Hall and Marietta campus and the Student Center. It is basically a come shop for professional wear, completely free to students. So I highly recommend if you need a pantsuit or you need a polo or you have an interview coming up and you just don't have time to go or funds to go to the store to get something, go check out Owl Swap. It's a great, great resource for students, completely free. You can take it with you, you can bring it back however you want to do it. You can bring clothes there if you want to donate as well. So building that professional wardrobe as college students, a lot of the times you are on limited funds. I totally get that, so keep it simple. You can start slowly by adding maybe like a great pair of black pants and then a jacket and then a white shirt. So keep it simple and then just building those pieces throughout. You want to stay away from full-priced retail stores if that is something that is not a part of your budget. TJ Maxx, Marshalls, even Amazon has some great deals sometimes and it'll come right to your door. So those are all really good ones. There's a lot of good consignment stores in this area as well, so I highly recommend taking advantage of that. But be yourself. If you don't like black and you don't like white, don't wear black and white. If you like patterns or you like chevron print, show a little bit of your personality through that without going too crazy overboard. So definitely stay true to who you are. If you don't like it, don't wear those colors. So in turn with the way you dress, showing up on time, arriving early. I always recommend that when I'm on the phone making an appointment, whether it's a doctor's appointment, whether for my kids, or whether it's an interview, or just meeting somebody for coffee, I'm taking my phone out, going into my calendars app and adding it right then and there, making sure I have the location and the time and the date, because there's nothing worse than forgetting the date or the time. If you do happen to do so, send an email, call before, just to confirm that information, because you don't want to be late or be on the wrong day. Traffic here, I'm sure as y'all know, is sometimes awful, sometimes not awful. So check the parking, check the traffic, check the building and access in advance. Are you going to be walking 5 minutes to the building? If so, you might want to arrive a little bit earlier. Making sure that you're checking the traffic patterns in a couple days, just to make sure, you know, if you're leaving, have to be there at 4, you might want to leave a couple minutes earlier. When you're putting these on your phone, you can set a timer, like I want to be notified 30 minutes before I leave, so that way you know, okay, well, it's time to go. Arrive 5 to 10 minutes early. It's going to show that you're a timely person. It's going to show you that you're enthusiastic, but more so it's going to kind of show how you are as a worker. Are you going to be late? Are you going to be on time? Are you going to be early? So having that first impression of being early really sets you up for success while you're going into the interview as well. Body language. Once again, a huge part of the first impression when you are in interviews or when you're talking to employers or talking to professors. Are you talking loudly? Are you talking softly? Are you mumbling? I know you can be nervous, that's okay, but fake it till you make it. Pretend to be confident until you are. Once you start talking, it will get easier, I promise. You want to sit forward with your hands in your lap if you're sitting. I talk with my hands. It's not the best habit, but I do. A lot of people do, but don't be touching out your face or cracking your fingers, anything like that. So try to keep your hands as still as possible. Smile and be positive. Sometimes in interviews, they may ask you a question about a previous workplace that you had an awful experience at. Try to turn it into something positive. Speaking negatively in the interview kind of speaks to who you are as a person. They don't want to hire somebody that's constantly looking at the bad side of things. So speak optimistically about any experiences and turn the negative into something positive. Be confident and alert, making eye contact. A firm handshake really goes a long way when you're shaking someone's hand. You can tell a lot from that handshake. If they're like this and you aren't really getting that firm handshake, it just doesn't show the confidence and assertiveness that you want to have in the business world. Communication. So you probably know a lot about this communication styles, is that you want to make sure that you're showing genuine interest. This can be making eye contact, not looking around the room. You don't want to be looking over at the door waiting to see what time it is, or looking at the clock to be like, when is this interview going to be over? If you don't understand the question, ask for clarification. It's completely okay. If you don't know the question right off the bat, take a second, get a sip of water, relax yourself and ask it. Make sure that you're giving them relevant answers that are clear and concise. Don't avoid rambling too much, because once again, they are probably writing down the answers that you're giving them. They have a question that they want to answer to, so make sure that you touch down on that answer that they're asking. I always encourage people to have at least 5 questions that they want to ask them. At the end of every single interview I've ever been in, they ask, do you have any questions? And the worst thing that you can say is, no, I don't have anything. So make sure you have a question. I always recommend having 5 questions ahead of time, because some of those questions may be answered in the interview itself. When you are thinking of questions to ask, I have a bunch on the next few slides about questions that you can ask. Research the company first. Don't go into an interview if you don't know what the company is. Look at their website. See what you can find on LinkedIn. LinkedIn will tell a lot about a company. Do they have an Instagram? Do they have a Facebook? Google search them. Go to Glassdoor. You can find a lot about a company through the internet, so definitely look into that company. You can see reviews about the company. What are people's experiences? Sometimes they may be negative, but that doesn't mean your experience is going to be negative. So make sure that you're inquiring about the company's culture. Is collaboration a big deal to you? Because if so, you might want to ask about that in the interview. Teamwork, growth opportunities. If you are looking to, you may start as an intern, or you wanting to work for that company, ask them about how many interns end up going into a full-time position. So those are all really great questions to ask and prepare yourself for these interviews. You want to show your enthusiasm and preparedness by asking questions. It's going to show that you are ready for this job, that you prepared yourself, that you have put some thought and effort versus just showing up at the door. And then lastly, you're going to thank them for their time. They did not have to invite you for an interview, so make sure to be appreciative for their time out of their day that they put you on the schedule for. Questions you can't ask in every interview. I'm not going to read all of these because there's several on here. Company culture, that's a huge one. If you hated your last job because your manager was awful and they didn't talk to you and they expected you to do everything without any guidance, maybe you should be asking about the company culture or the management style, just to make sure that it's a good fit for you. Because when you're in an interview, they're interviewing you just as much as you're interviewing them. So to keep that in mind, that you want to be a good fit for that company just like they want you to be a good fit. So some things that you may want to ask, what do the day-to-day operations look like? How is success measured? That's going to show, I want to be successful in this role, so how can I get feedback from that? Professional development and growth, that's a huge one. That is a great question to ask. It shows that you want to professionally develop yourself, which in turn is going to grow the company as well. So these are some really great questions to take into consideration if you have an interview. These are pretty they can go for any field, honestly. So if you're in accounting, these are great questions. If you're in criminal justice, these are great questions to ask. Questions you should avoid. I know when you're applying for jobs, a lot of companies do not put the salary on there, and I know it's frustrating. I know you want to know how much you're going to make. I know you want to know how many days you're going to have off. Am I working from home? Can I leave early? Yes, you want to know all those things. Don't ask them, especially in that first day, that first interview. So they will bring up how much the salary is. That's when you can talk about it. They will bring up how many paid days off you're going to have. That's when you can talk about it. Don't ask what the salary is. It just looks bad. How do you feel about your boss? Once again, keep it positive. They may love their boss. They may hate their boss. That's really none of your business. Political stances, absolutely leave that out of the workplace in all forms. Just not a good thing to talk about. When can I get promoted? I think that this is a good question that is not the best to ask, just because, yes, you want to get promoted. It's going to show that you want to stay there, but you aren't even on the company yet. So wait until you are there and see the opportunities for growth. And then lastly, you're going to want to follow up with a thank you email. This should be sent from a professional email address. Does everyone have a professional email address here, or does everyone use their KSU email? KSU email probably. Okay. Keep in mind, like, a KSU email is great. It's not going to be a forever thing though, so make sure that you have a professional email address. If you like soccer and it's soccer goalie 22, it might be time to change it up and put your first and last name. So that is a great thing to have. You want to express your opportunity, the gratitude for that opportunity, and reiterate your interest in the position within 24 hours. So I suggest as soon as you leave that interview, start drafting that email. Simple. You want to personalize the message and bring something specific that y'all talked about. These recruiters that are hiring for some of these bigger companies could be interviewing 20 people every day. So they need to know who you are. They may, if y'all talked about, like this example says, if y'all talked about the approach to account management, then talk about that. And that's going to kind of be like, oh, I remember her. We talked with her at 11 o'clock and we had this great conversation about her dog and her cat. So just kind of bring that back into them. And then once again, thanking them for the interview as well. There is also an area where if you want to talk about anything that you may have forgot, like skills you may bring to that position that you forgot to talk about in that interview, that would be a great time to put it into writing and send it to the hiring manager or the recruiter or whoever you are interviewing with. Digital etiquette. I'm assuming everybody here has social media of some sort. What about LinkedIn? Does everybody have LinkedIn? Use LinkedIn? Okay, good. Be mindful of what you share on social media, whether it's LinkedIn, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, X, I guess it is now. Be careful what you're putting on there. I know that everybody has a life outside of KSU. You go out and hang out with your friends. You may go do some crazy things that I don't want to know about. Don't put it on social media. If you are putting it on social media, make sure that your social media is heavily private. That is something employers are going to Google your name, and they are probably going to see your Facebook or your Twitter or your Instagram, and guess what? They're going to see all these pictures of you doing things that is not professional. Everyone does it, and that's okay, but just kind of be mindful. Email, we already talked about having a professional email address. Voicemail, I know so many people have the voicemail of, hey, how are you? Oh, just kidding. You can reach my voicemail. Make sure it's professional. You want to have that good greeting, that professional greeting, and make sure your mailbox isn't full, because if they can't get in contact with you, they're probably not going to give it a second try if they have a stack of applicants, 100. So make sure your mailbox is not full. Check it, respond back as soon as possible. A lot of companies are now using Teams or Zoom to do their first round of interviews. So that being said, if you're doing it in your dorm, make sure your roommate's not going to come in. Blur out the background if you need to. Same thing goes with punctuality for in-person interviews as it does for video call interviews. Get in there early. They're going to know when you join that meeting. So join it 10, 15 minutes early. If they don't show up until right at the minute it starts, that's okay, but it's going to show that you are early and that you are ready and prepared. Also, if your computer needs a restart, it kind of gives you that time to frantically change anything that may happen with technology. Video call etiquette, you also, I know it's a lot more relaxed because you're in the comfort of your own home or wherever you're going to be doing that. Still dress professionally. You don't want to be in your robe or your PJs. Make sure you have your camera on and make sure that whatever is behind you is professional, nothing crazy back there. Professional email practices. I'm going to touch on this briefly. I'm sure that everybody has sent an email to their professor or to an employer or somebody professionally. If you are not comfortable with that person, know them by a first name basis. Do not say, hey Dana, how you doing today? I had so much fun in that interview. It was great talking to you about your cat. No, dear Mrs. Larson, is perfect until I say, hey, don't call me Mrs. Larson, call me Dana. That's when you can kind of change the terms. Don't use overly casual language, and then double check that spelling and grammatical errors. It takes 2 minutes to check your email. I know I've sent out emails, and as soon as I click that send button, I'm like, I spelled that word wrong. It takes 2 minutes. And then the normal response time is 24 to 48 business days. That does not include weekends. If they are open Monday through Friday, they will probably will not be responding on Saturday and Sunday, so respect that and do not be expecting them to respond on a Saturday or Sunday. So how to optimize social media professionally. I know that most of y'all have a LinkedIn, which is great. So you want to be developing that digital presence. You want to be sharing, reposting, taking pictures. If you're coming to a career fair, take a picture of an employer that you talked with, or take a picture of you at the career fair. If you aren't big on pictures on yourself, that's fine. Share things. If you got Dean's List, share that on your Instagram. and on your LinkedIn. It's great for you. It looks good. It also kind of shows what you're doing with your time here at KSU. Fill your profile with keywords. If you're a cybersecurity major, make sure you have something about Python on there. If you're a business major, make sure you have something about, Microsoft Office, QuickBooks, whatever those keywords for your industry are, make sure they're on your profile. You can have customer service, that's a pretty standard one. Public speaking, whatever those keywords are that are going to help you stand out, make sure they are on your social media presence on LinkedIn. Why do you need a LinkedIn? It's free, number one. But think of it as your online business card. Both LinkedIn and Handshake, they're free. They're online business cards. When you're going to these career fairs, you can simply say, hey, here's my LinkedIn, and connect with them instantly, and they can see where you're going, see your resume. They can follow up with you if they want additional information. It's going to help you expand and nurture your network. As I stated earlier, connecting with your classmates, connecting with your advisors, your professors, you never know where your next opportunity is. You never know if I have a job opportunity for you that may be perfect. You never know if your coworker may have something else for you as well. So definitely make sure that you are expanding your network. When you are in class working on a team project, connect with them on LinkedIn. 5 years from now, you may be looking for a job and they may be the head of a company who's recruiting for exactly what you need. You can also kind of learn and grow your personal skill, your professional skills. So say there's somebody in your class that just got your dream internship. What do they have on their LinkedIn? What skill sets do they have that you don't have that you can kind of start getting so you can be more competitive? LinkedIn's really great for looking for jobs. I'm sure that you all know that. So just make sure you have one. Professional headshot. What I encourage you all to do is walk across the green, maybe not today, but when you are ready and professionally dressed, walk across that green to that building, the ALC. Up on the 3rd floor there at the Academic Learning Center is the Department of Career Planning and Development. We have a free headshot booth. Completely free. You will be in and out in 5 minutes. The lighting's great. We'll go straight to your email, put it on your LinkedIn, put it on your Handshake. It's already going to elevate that profile you have. Your parents may love your senior pictures. You may love a picture of you with your friends, but let's elevate yourself now that you are on the college level. It is really great when you go to a career fair and you meet somebody and you talk to them and then you connect with them on LinkedIn and they see your profile picture. It automatically makes a link. If my name, Dana Larson, somewhat common, but once they see my face on LinkedIn and they will remember the conversations we had. So make sure you have a professional headshot. It's really gonna elevate every profile that you're using it on. Once again, it also helps with your personal brand, of your professional brand, and helping you get an internship or a job. If you are on the Marietta campus or you're over there more, we also have one in the Student Center as well. LinkedIn, these are some quick must-haves. Professional headshot. You want to have your degree and any certifications you have. When are you graduating? What are you wanting to get? What skills do you want? Do you want to be an accountant? Do you want to just make connections? Are you wanting to learn more about the industry? These are all really great things. Your elevator pitch is going to be 30-second spiel. You should be able to tell it while you're going up the elevator. Exactly why it's called an elevator pitch. What your name is, what your major is, when you're graduating, what you're wanting to do. And then I would love to make a connection with you. Leave it in their hands. If you have a fun fact about yourself, throw that in there as well. You also want to include any organizations you're a part of, whether it's a student organization, a fraternity, a sorority, whatever academic clubs you're a part of. That's great to put on your LinkedIn as well. Projects that you've done in the classroom, I can guarantee a lot of you have probably done an Excel project or maybe a PowerPoint presentation or written a research paper. You can put those on your LinkedIn. You can talk about those skills that you've learned from those projects. So definitely make it more specific to your major, depending on what skill sets are in your major. Have those on there. And then connect. I really encourage students to connect with KSU alum, especially if they are working at a company that you want to work for, especially if they're your same major. You automatically have something in common with them because they were sitting in those exact same chairs 10 years ago, 5 years ago, however many years ago, so they automatically understand where you're from. Ask them, what skills should I be taking? What did you learn at KSU that I should be taking advantage of? Maximize your opportunities through people that have been in your spots before. Just like Facebook, just like Instagram, TikTok, there is algorithm to LinkedIn. The more you post, the more people you get connections with, the more you'll become viewable. On LinkedIn, you can also adjust your profile to looking for work. So if you have that on your profile, people will reach out to you. Recruiters want to hire. That is their job. If they have a recruiter on their LinkedIn, reach out to them. That's why they have it there. They're expecting messages from you. Reaching out to people you don't know can be hard. It can be awkward. I get it, but what's the worst they're gonna say? If they don't respond, what are the chances you're gonna see them in person? So shoot your shot is my best advice. You never know what opportunity may come from you sending someone a message. Handshake, same thing. Handshake and LinkedIn are very similar. Handshake's going to allow you to put all the classes that you've taken here at KSU. You can automatically upload any projects you've done. You can upload your cover letter. You can upload your resume. My department works heavily with Handshake to bring internships, events, jobs, career fairs all on LinkedIn, or excuse me, all on Handshake. So all the jobs that aren't on Handshake, we are working with those employers to promote to you. So take advantage of Handshake. It's a great resource. It is designed specifically for collegiate level students. So there is not going to be as many opportunities as maybe on LinkedIn, but there's not going to be as many applicants because it's not open to everybody. These are some resources I talked about briefly. First QR code is resume samples. That should pull up all the resume samples that we have major specific. And then the career guidebook, which I have up here, but that is a PDF version of it. Highly recommend looking at it when you are building your resume. And then I do have the QR code for Navigate 360 where you should be able to schedule appointments with your career and internship advisor. It should automatically filter with what your major is to who your career and career and internship advisor is. If there's any issues, you can email me. My business cards are up here and I can tell you who your career and internship advisor is. They'll be able to help you with that in that resume as well. So definitely reach out to us if you have any questions or you want to kind of figure out what you want to do with your major, where you should be looking, certificates you should be having, skill sets you should be having. So yeah, thank you. Does anyone have any questions?
So as a student that's done a lot of student work and does a lot of community service and everything, one issue that we're both having is shrinking our resume.
Okay, yeah.
Because we did a lot of stuff already.
That's good. That's a good problem to have.
The important things are really hard because it's like everything goes hand in hand with each other.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, that's a very good question. And I'm glad that you mentioned that because a lot of employers are looking for that one-page resume. A lot of employers are not going to give it the time of day if it's 2 pages. They're not even going to think to look to that second page. So if you have all your student organizations on that second page, it may get lost. And it sounds like both of y'all are super involved, so that's something you want to show off. I would definitely try to fit as many student organizations you can on there. Are y'all members or do you hold any positions on them? Both? Okay, great. So definitely with the members, you don't necessarily have to have as many bullet points, but with those leadership positions, you want to have bullet points related to leadership positions because it's going to show that's a biggest skill to have. Have you met with Joe before?
Yes.
Okay, it is hard. It can be hard. I would say my best recommendations is to maximize those margins to 1/2 inch. And if it's not relevant to what you're doing, maybe don't have it on there. And it is hard. And sometimes it can be like a game of Tetris trying to get your resume to that one page. So yeah, definitely focus on the more leadership positions, but still list them all. But if you're going to have bullet points, maybe don't repeat the bullet points even if the positions are similar.
What do you suggest to include on a cover letter?
Ooh, good one. Okay, so I wish that I had a guidebook to show you. So cover letter, a lot of companies love cover letters and a lot of companies require cover letters and a lot of companies could care less. So cover letters are always something nice to have though, because you never know when you're going to need it. I know at KSU you have to have a cover letter. So it's always better to be prepared and have a cover letter than be scrambling to make a cover letter.